Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I gotta change my thing. Here we go. Welcome to Philippine YouTube tonight with Ricky Drama Live here in Cebu City, Philippines. What's wrong with my voice, bro? I mean, the sinuses or whatever, bro. Sinuses, I don't know. But yeah, welcome back, bro. Yeah, big deal, you know. What happened? We got the Life of Joey in the chat. The guy, what's going on, man? I mean, your YouTube channel, bro, is a train wreck. Where'd I go, bro? I quit YouTube, bro. You know, I'm burned out on YouTube, bro. I mean, I've been doing it 6 years, and I can't handle it, bro. Because I got everything else. You know, I just got a life going on, bro. I got HBO, I got Cinemax, I got Max, I got Netflix, Apple, Disney, Prime Video. I got all this stuff going on, and it's just plus with my exercise regimen, and everything, trying not to get diabetes. And I'm just busy, bro. I'm busy, and then constantly trying to hook up with girls, all the time. I mean, it just takes so much effort now. And we got Doc M in the chat. What's going on, Doc M, from beautiful Dubai? I hope everything's going well there in beautiful Dubai. I guess that dude, big mouth guy, that he hates Philippines, that troll, but or he's not gonna call himself troll, but I guess he went to Dubai and he's staying in the Conrad for $100 a night or something. But you don't have a girl there, bro. I mean, if you're gonna go to Dubai, if you're gonna go to Boracay, if you're gonna go to Vietnam for your honeymoon or whatever, like that loser, whatever his name is, expat Philippine or whatever is the province, the vanilla bean. That's right, Ernest. If you're gonna, you can't, whatever, man. But you gotta have a girl with you when you travel. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time, bro. It's a waste of time. But anyway, yeah, Doc, and I just been burnt out, bro. I just been burnt out of YouTube, bro. I just can't take it. I can't listen to it. But it's I'm trying to revert back to how it was, how my life was, in 2016. 2016, I'm in Las Vegas. I'm walking around. I'm listening to Alex Jones. I'm taking the bus. I'm walking. Doing my casino walk twice a day. Picking up the tickets. For the people from the the tickets from the slot machines. Finding free money stuff, drink tickets and stuff. And just listening to my shows, man, mind my business, of course, taking on, out in the Chinese, because they were vaccinated, that I got sent me to Europe, but, and all the other shit that happened, bro, trying to take down the Bidens and all, took down the Clintons, and all that. Anyway, that was 2016, I took down the Clintons, but, I'm just trying to get back to that life, I'm trying to get back to that life, and, that's just how it is, bro. I mean, but today we had this guy from, I call him Ernest, the coffee bean, he's doing vanilla bean, he's structuring corporations and he's on Social Security disability, but somehow, he has multiple corporations and, he's lavish. He has a lavish lifestyle. I mean, the rich and famous and latte. Anyway, he's on there talking shit about me. So that got me going, bro. I'm like, wow, bro. Ernest is talking shit about me. So I'm old, decrepit, disabled, filthy, nasty, scammer. What's going to cause us? Call him a scammer. That's what he is. He's a scammer. He wouldn't be talking about money. He wouldn't be talking about corporations. He wouldn't be talking about business. He wouldn't be talking about this or that, about, how he's great and, how everyone should, participate. Oh, none of that would happen. Anyway, no, Barry's fine, bro. Brevis went and saw him in Manila. I saw, never mind. But Barry's doing fine. Anyway, Danny Do-Gooder, $2. You're the cream of the pie, Grandpa Gramps. Thank you very much, sir. But anyway, again, I've been taking, I had a large prostate. And I've been taking medication for it. And that's taking down my testosterone, bro. I mean, it just takes out the energy, bro, because, you got to lower the testosterone in order to lower the your prostate. And so I just losing energy and shit, but I still got what it takes to close and get it done. I mean, I'm hooking up with the hottest, sexiest, off the chart girls you could ever fucking imagine, bro. In 2026, bro, I'm traveling here, I'm traveling there, taking business class. I just bought business class for, the Christmas holidays, bro. I mean, I'm going all over the place. I'm traveling. So that's the villain meme. Yeah, the vanilla bean guy. Yeah, listen, man, we've seen, that's why I'm on here today, Doc, and we're talking about a foreigner in the Philippines, Terrence Flannery. Okay, now he's 86 years old. He comes from a very strong generation of British nationals that were born, in the late 30s, early 40s, that endure the World War II as children, the bombs and all that stuff, And they're very, a very unique set of a very unique generation. And they got a lot of things for the $2, sir. They got a lot of, you got Brian Jacks, the judo champion that, owns, Pattaya hotels and stuff. You got all this other, things going on. And anyway, Terrence Flannery for the Philippines is part of that generation. But it's just magical to see all these people celebrating a guy that basically spent his entire life, running scams, bro. I mean, he was married probably 7 times, had all these wives all over the damn place, and somehow, some way, bro, he's a superhero tonight, living it. I mean, we got to, we all wish him a full recovery, of course. He had an outstanding run. The guy is like running around in a crotch rocket all over Bohol. Okay, he's like, when he celebrates his birthday, he's got all the hottest young college girls. I mean, when he celebrates his birthday, Terrence Flannery, you don't see any dudes there. Okay, this guy's 86, 87. He's got a large prostate that Beth said today was 4 times the normal size. You only get that if you're having non-stop fucking sex, bro. You don't get that large prostate like that, like I got, unless you're having fucking lots and lots of fucking sex, bro. But anyway, we all wish him the best, bro. But all this, just the, all the people that look up to Terrence Flannery, the foreigner in the Philippines, all the people that looked at him and like they were his hero. Like Calvin Sunshine Shoulders, just the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on of all these people that, started a Facebook channel, just like Terrence did, started a YouTube channel, started saying, I'm here to help you each and every day. Not a day goes out when I'm not out trying to help somebody, and they're putting up constant pictures on their Facebook and trying to, use their Facebook to bring in free money, and they're not helping everybody. Somehow they got brand new cars, brand new houses, By the way, Terrence, another guy, I'm sorry, another Calvin. By the way, another guy just went down for fraud on purchasing property with business money that was meant for the Paycheck Protection Program. Yet another guy, Terrence. You're next, Terrence. They're coming for you, Terrence. You took that money from your defunct business, Medicare supplement business. Bought that house in San Carlos City, built it with Medicare with money from the federal government for businesses during COVID, bro. So anyway, you're going down, Terrence, for that. I used to Stars 100,000. This is like a $10 or something. I used not to be a big fan of you, but after I learned the truth about the predators of the Philippines, like Geo, Rare Guy, etc., how you call them out, I am now your number one fan. Well, thank you very much, bro. The difference with me and other people, like regular, a lot of these guys. Listen, a lot of guys are here. A lot of guys are getting a lot of tail. They're having a lot of fun. But they're responsible. They treat the girls right, respectful. They help them out with what they need, and they don't have any problems. Okay, but then you have these guys, like Geo, like regular guy, just going from town to town to town, banging everything that walks, and then they just run out in the middle of the night, bro. And even look at Geo on the go. He actually married Maya just so he can get laid. And then have all that fun and sex, and then the second that he actually had to pay, he had to pay to actually take part, of the family and start building a house and be a part of the family. He walked away and divorced her, bro. I mean, that's just how it goes, bro. We got 20. Thank you very much, though, Scars. I appreciate the 100,000. Yeah, but listen, man. Everyone's doing the same thing, bro. Okay, but they're not on YouTube, like, just trying to sell the fact that, look at regular guy, bro. Hey, we got $25 from Internet Monster. Thank you very much. 5-star only. Internet Monster. Yeah, I've been doing 5 stars, man. I listen to your YouTube. I used to do YouTube the other day, bro. I remember it was a couple of weeks ago. And it was a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. Internet Monster, New Jersey, out there killing it in the stock market at all-time highs. It's all these funny, like too much time, Timmy. When the stock market goes down and all his dividends and all this shit crashes, he's like, oh man, life's tough, But when the market's at the all-time high, that too much Timmy is at the steakhouse. He's like, oh, we're gonna go to the house, we're gonna get a room down here, and do we get in? We're gonna get a hotel, and then we're gonna go to 2 steakhouses tonight because my money's rolling in. And I must thank you very much for the $25, man. I hope you're doing good, bro. I've been out here killing it, bro. I don't know what's going on with my voice, bro, but I've been out here just like slamming it, bro. It's just been unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. And then there's even bigger news next week, bro. But I've been out here just killing it, man. It's just unbelievable. Just like I'm just like turning them down left and right, bro. But look at the quality of Internet Monster. Look at all these, like too much time. Timmy, his girlfriend. You look at who's the other one that all of a sudden had a girlfriend, and you're just looking like, wow, this is the best you can do. Oh yeah. That's what's his face. Going back to his the married woman. What's his face? The guy from North Carolina. He went back and he's now with that girl again, that he dumped, and she's married and all this shit. Dating Internet Monster out here is getting harder and harder and harder. And one of the reasons why it's getting harder and harder, because these girls, the Filipinas that work in manufacturing are getting paid money, big money. Right now, if you work in a factory that in the Philippines that does that makes electronics, or they make semiconductors, they make anything that's part of the AI buildup, if they're involved with any type of manufacturing here in the Philippines, they are getting paid big money now. Matter of fact, a lot of those girls have left dating sites because they're getting paid high income now. It was just an article out about this, that so many of these girls and guys that work in manufacturing now in the Philippines that are part of the AI build out and stuff, they're making so much money per hour that it's actually raising Philippine standards through the roof, bro. They're not blowing through upper middle. They're going to high income, bro. They're going to high income now in 2026 because of all this money that's flowing in, and they got to make quality product in order to do the AI build out. They got to make quality products, so they got to pay people appropriately, and that's what's going on, bro. All these people have more money than they've ever had in their pockets, and let's face bro, you're sitting out here. Look at me, bro, a fat fucking loser that is making 85, 9,000 a month, right? Clear. And it's hard to get anything done, bro. I mean, I got a girlfriend. I met up a girl. I got a girlfriend. I took her to Boracay and all that stuff, and it was like 60 days. But then she's like, it's time to pay up. I don't know, man. But yeah, thank you, Inner Monster, for that. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I don't know why I've drawn my voice, bro. I apologize, everybody. But anyway, the scamming, we all remember our YouTube, Doc M. We remember our YouTube going back when we first got excited about YouTube and, Philippines and Thailand, 2016, 2017, 2015 with Peter Van Dever and all this stuff with the troll and everything. But, we got all excited about it. And then at first that YouTube was just fun and, going back and forth. And, you had all the establishment players, trying to take on the trolls, and they won. Establishment players like Rike and Ned Kelly, Philippine Dreams, and, the mafia boss, Bud Brown. They won, they keep on winning, but all that stuff, that YouTube, that was fun and everything. Part of the reason why I'm so depressed now about YouTube in 2026, because it's all turned into scamming. Everyone's fucking scamming on here, bro. Every channel has fake medical emergencies, fake medical conditions. They say that all their family members, what's that one channel with a guy, the 82-year-old guy, that was in the hospital every other day and going to the doctor, and he had all these problems. All of a sudden he was fit to fly by himself all the way to the US, hang out with his sons, party for 2 to 3 weeks, and then come back here like in Philippines like nothing happened, bro. But he had all these medical conditions, and then they're saying, oh, our relatives are sick now too. And it's just so many people scamming and lying and cheating and trying to make money on social media. But look at Paul the Pimp, bro. Who the fuck is watching a 72-year-old, old fuck living in a shithole studio in Valencia, Philippines? Who is watching that loser and his stupid fucking advice? I mean, this guy, lost his kids. He lost his family. He burned all the bridges to the ground. He went to the U.S., got his dad's inheritance check, and flew right back in 2 days. But somehow, some way, because of the YouTube magic and how they can just buy all these views and all the and it's all who about getting in the algorithm and getting because they said that all you gotta do is click one thing in the Google or TikTok computer, one little click, right, and they make you, and you're an instant millionaire, bro. And look at Paul the Pimp. I mean, who would 205,000 people are watching a 72-year-old pimp, in Valencia. Come on, man. I mean, how? It makes sense. It makes no sense. Oh, there we go. Mr. Clark. There you go. Yeah. So the bottom line is all these girls and all these Filipinas that are involved in manufacturing now. And again, it wasn't like this before, but now because of the money and it's all blowing out, the Philippines income is blowing through the roof, bro. It's going up through the roof. And the dating of the Filipina is going to be like South Korea. It's going to be like Thailand, where it just doesn't work, bro. I mean, every girl in her 20s, they're untouchable. They're untouchable because they have all this fucking money, and then not even count all the simps and the cucks, where they just get on their phone all day and they just send money in all day, bro. What happened to Jasper? Yeah, he went nuts, didn't he? Jasper in the Philippines. Jasper International, he went nuts, bro. He went back to the U.S. and he's just making up, I don't understand it, bro. I don't get it. You went back to the U.S., Jasper. Congratulations. Have a good time in Vegas. You're young. Your daddy's got money. You got a nice car. Enjoy Vegas, bro. Enjoy Vegas. Why are you on here making a channel and trying to like rub it? Trying to do what you say. I don't get it. I don't get any of it. Just go and take care of your business, bro. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. But whatever. How'd you make money to travel around the world? The U.S. government, bro. Of course, bro. The U.S. government pays me big money to travel. Hi, Frank. Let's say hi to Frank Battaglia from My Philippines Interest out there at Batayan Island. I saw Gilda at SNR, Frank, and she had the 2 kids or who they were. But I saw Gilda. I showed her some pictures, for my summer vacation. And anyway, Frank, hope you're doing well out there in Batayan Island. Say hi to Gilda and the kids. Frank. Yeah, it's sad, bro. She ended up with a posse of ladyboys, I mean, and now, every girl in Manila, right? Every girl in Manila, from Dora Drama to a girl working in a travel agency that, that was freelancing at LA Cafe, she ended up getting her number. They all want 100,000. This is why you don't go to Manila, bro. Okay. If you're in Manila, okay, and you're trying to like create a dating scene in Manila, you're a fucking idiot. Okay. You're just a stupid fucking idiot. Okay. If you're in Manila trying to like create a dating scene, okay, because it doesn't work there when every girl is asking for a 100,000 peso allowance plus, entertainment plus expenses plus, bro. For what? For a 50-year-old, bro? I mean, and there's cucks and simps and losers paying for that, bro. They're actually paying some granny, okay, 100,000 plus, bro. I mean, they're out there doing it, bro. And it's just mind fucking blowing. You see all these guys at the airport. You see all these guys at SNR. You see all these guys at the mall. They're just with some old granny, bro. It's like, what the fuck? You're like 28 years old and you're holding granny's bag, bro. And they're just like punching you around like a bitch, man. It's sad, bro. It's sad for these motherfuckers, man. But you can't go to Manila anymore, everybody. Manila's finished, okay? Manila's finished. You got to go to Cebu. You got to go to a city, okay, where they have girls, okay, and a lot of girls that are available, okay? But like Cebu, Mandawi, that one guy, $2. That Ricky, that was a major. Ricky was a major in the deep state wars. Yeah. I'm definitely a deep state. I'm the deep state's ace in the hole, bro. That one guy. Thank you very much. I'm the deep state's ace in the hole. I've been again depressed. Yeah. Also about the Trump administration. I mean, to be honest about it, just everything that's going on and knowing, that they had a briefing, after the first Iraq war, the Iraq war, Kuwait war. After 1992, they had a briefing about why. They had a classified military briefing for everybody that was involved about why they didn't go into Iran and finish Iraq, Saddam Hussein. Why didn't they go to Iran? They had a huge briefing about it, and that's they went through all this stuff about why they didn't do it all the way back in 1992 when they had all the resources there, but somehow, some way. None of that got to the Trump administration, bro. $10 for DM0011. Thank you very much. $10. Mad Matt said no rich people from USA travel to the Philippines and Southeast Asia. What a dumb, clueless brokey. Yeah, Mad Matt, bro. I wish I could listen to the guy, bro, but it's like listening to it's like if you're in prison or you're in jail and you have some big loudmouth just like yelling and and going on blah 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 blah, and they never fucking stop, and they're calling everybody a bitch, and you need to pay me, and where's my fucking money, give me a cigarette, give me some, give me some of that, this, give me some of that, muscle relaxer, give me some, whatever. And you're like, I can't listen to a felon, a prisoner, a guy that, that has been a complete failure his entire life, bro. I mean, I can't do it, man. I can't listen to it, bro. But anyway. Have you been to Players? Thank you for $10, man. I appreciate that very much, man. You're very kind, man. But I can't listen to Mad Max, man. I mean, I wish I could. Listen, man, I talked to Ace Bachelor Cool. I met Ace Bachelor Cool. Mike from Our Philippines Journey had a lunch for Philly in the Philippines. Philly's a friend. And Ace Bachelor Cool was there and myself. Okay, he invited other people. We were the only ones that showed up. And we had this meeting, okay? And Ace Bachelor Cool was like, yeah, I'm getting slammed by Mad Matt and all this. And I was like, yeah, I would love to interact with that. I can't listen to the guy, bro. I just can't listen to it, bro. I can't listen to it. It's just, like Fazio, for example. Michael Thomas Fazio. I don't get the thing about the Players Club, but Michael Thomas Fazio, you can sit there and listen to him, okay? You can listen to him rant and rave and tell you to fuck off, and bet $10,000 nobody will show up in the house, show up in his shit at the shithole in the hole and give him a slap heard around the world. No one, he bet $10,000 that no one would come, confront him at his shithole in the hole. And of course, when he got the slap heard and seen around the world, then everything changed after that. But at least you can sit there and listen to the guy and appreciate, his life, which was, his life was a tragedy. He had a beautiful property down in, South Florida between south of Miami and, down the Keys towards Key West. I went to the fucking property myself. I went there. I had to rent a car when I did my big, nationwide tour after I took, when was that? No, after I did beer barbecue freedom guy, at the election 2020, beer, Joe Biden crime family stealing election meetings coming up. But I did a nationwide tour, and I went down there, and and Fazio had a very interesting background. He had, people could appreciate his life, and he ended up failing, but he tried his best, even though he was a complete asshole. But anyway, he had his girlfriend, and she was in and out of the picture. But Mad Matt, I can't listen to it, man. And I don't think any girl can listen to it. Okay, I don't think anybody can listen to it. I don't just understand it, man. I haven't been to the. I videoed that. I went to his house and made a video. Yeah, that's right. I went to his house and made a video. But that was that whole interaction the whole time. I'm in the U.S. It's 2020. And then, I came over. I went to Thailand because Philippines was closed in 2022. But, we had all that interaction all the way up until, Philippines opened. I ended up going to his house, and then I gave him a slap. Anyway. But I've never, I don't go out there, bro. Where's that thing about the bar? I don't, Jay, I don't go out to that bar because I met a girl. Where's that thing here? I met a girl there at that bar, right? Actually, she was like a Filipina, and we hung out and we did a bunch of stuff together, and she was super hot in the bedroom, bro. I mean, she was rocking, bro. But it ended up that she ended up in Manila. She got chubby. She ended up, she's trying to get her life together so she can go to Japan. I get calls all the time from exes. Okay. Exes want to come back to Ricky drama. They want to come back to the 5-star lifestyle. Okay. They want to come back to enjoy, me, Mr. Personality, bro. They enjoy it. They enjoy it. And you got to say no, bro. I mean, I have so many exes I had to tell no. I had to tell them no. I had to tell no, 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 no. And of course, you say I'm going to think about it. Blah blah blah. You give a day or two, and then you let you give them some space. Then you say, nah, I'm not going to do it or whatever. And then you block them, bro. Anyway, what happened to Benny? He's dead too, huh? Yeah, Ben. He's a trust fund kid, bro. He's a trust fund kid. That's what I'm saying, man. All these people are in trust funds. All these people have all this money, and they just sit here and portray themselves as completely broke, bro. That's right, Lady Shahan. That's right. She's there. Yeah, her too, bro. But it's hard. But it's harder and harder, Legion. There, it's harder and harder to get a girlfriend, bro. Out here in 2026, you guys see the quality of girls. All these guys, before. In the old days, or 5 years ago, 3 years ago, had higher quality girl, younger girl, and now they're stuck with granny or they're a girl in her 30s, bro. It's just how it is now. These girls in their teens or 20s, bro, they just got money flowing in left, right, and center on their phones, bro. It's just unbelievable all the money they got coming in, and they're up for fun and friends. It's fun and friends only. Hashtag FFO lifestyle. Remember all that shit? The fun and friends only lifestyle. Okay. These girls want to have fun. They want to make some friends. And I met this super hot fucking girl in Angel City at Candy Palace I met this smoking hot girl. I mean, she was so hot, bro. This smoking hot girl. She's like 21, 22. And she had like this British national that was staying in Candy Palace, and then he was like paying her, big money. And, and she had, but she was like still freelancing and she was like killing it, man. I was like, wow, wow. And then I was like, what do you look for? What are you looking for about a boyfriend? What would it take for me to be your boyfriend? She's like, be very generous and keep your mouth fucking shut. She's all, these girls today don't want to hear a fucking word except you're just very generous to them. These girls today, you just got to be very generous and shut your mouth. You take what they give you. You say, thank you very much. Salamat. And then they roll out, bro. I mean, they come, bang, bang, and then they roll out, bro. Oh, that's right, Monty Crew, bro. That's right, Monty Crew. Paul the Pimp, bro. Paul the Pimp. Hooking up all his friends with these innocent Filipinas that these guys were making $500, $600 a month. Social Security disability, and then they have all these health problems. They're like, and then they had a kid on top of it. At least they get half the money, bro. Look at Mark Thornton, bro. Mark Thornton, bro. Look at Mark Thornton, bro. Look at Mark Thornton, man. He dies, right? He dies, and then his ex is like inundated with dudes, bro. I mean, she's just got unlimited guys, bro, for the rest of her life, bro. Just unlimited guys, unlimited money. Look at that Ruby. That JJ, that Wolf guy. Oh, what's his name? Let's see here. The Spanish guy. The Spanish guy, Wolf. Philippines. Yeah, Mr. A. Wolf, bro. This guy here, Mr. A. Wolf. Look at this guy. This guy's out here killing it with the freaking with the content, man. But not only that, now he's got this Ruby girl. This Filipina. Anyway, that's his pigs. But this A Wolf's got this Filipina, this Rubitin. She's got a couple channels, but when she live streams, bro, it's just unlimited money flowing in, bro. Unlimited money. She turns her live on. She literally this Filipina that chose this wolf guy. This guy is dry. This guy. I say this guy is the hottest guy on Philippines YouTube now, bro. This guy right here, the Spanish guy that's living out in Palawan with the pigs, He's taking the pigs to this beautiful resort and everything. And it is going in the sand. But this guy now has one of the most sought after Filipinas in the history of the Philippine YouTube community. This girl just turns on her live and money just comes in like a faucet, bro. It's just unfucking believable, bro. It's unfucking believable. And that's what I'm saying, bro. We got this whole new young generation. All these young guys, not just from the West, but, from the U.S. and everything, all these young guys, all these young white guys, primarily, they're all leaving and they're all coming to Southeast Asia, bro. And they're all living off mommy money and their YouTube, bro. And it's just like we're being inundated with young dudes everywhere, man. And they're taking all these girls, man. They're taking down all these girls. Like A Wolf took down this Filipina, bro. This wild, innocent, she can go anywhere in the world. This girl that's helping him right now. This girl can go anywhere in the world, and dudes will pay for it, bro. They'll literally pay for her entire life. Where the hell is it? The pigs, bro. The pigs. This is the girl here. This girl right here. This is the girl that's helping this A Wolf. This girl turns on her live and just unlimited money, bro. She could just go on her. She can go on her. She probably could put a community host and say, I want to go to Europe. I want a 6-week vacation in 4-star hotels. And I need $10,000 US. And she'd get it in 12 hours, bro. She would get it in 12 hours. That's what we're dealing with out here, bro. Anyway. What happened to Jay? He gave up on us, bro. He gave up, bro. Jay gave up on the Philippine YouTube community. He gave up on his friends. He gave up on everything, bro. He had some meltdown. Yeah, Harriet's gone too. Harriet. Beautiful Harriet and her beautiful British boyfriend out in Morocco. Yeah, they're all scammers, bro. Everyone's a scammer now, bro. That's the thing. Listen, everyone's a scammer, bro. Everyone's scamming on YouTube now. And it's sickening. It's sickening. I can't take it. But at least the guy he's out there with the pigs. And he's out there, trying to put something up. But now he gave up the pigs, to the original owner. Now they're going to go travel the world together. And they're going to have everything paid. How, look at Cheap Charlie, bro. Look at Cheap Charlie going to Kick, and all these guys in Pattaya now doing Kick, They're all on Kick. Great. Okay, have fun on Kick. I mean, who's fucking on Kick? You know what I mean? Who's on Kick? I mean, who wants to go to Kick, bro? If anybody that has any type of life, anybody that has anything going on, this is going to waste their time on Kick, bro. I mean, come on, bro. Yeah, I agree, man. She's unbelievable on video, bro. She's the most down to earth, most sexy girl, probably one of the hottest girls I've ever seen on YouTube, bro. Now, without a doubt, bro. She's got the whole package, and she knows it, bro. She knows it. And what's even more amazing is that she goes, she's going for a guy like A Wolf, bro. She just is enamored with his personality, bro. And you're just like, You're like, wow, man, this girl is like a free, she's a butterfly. She just floats around and takes down whatever she wants to take down, I guess. Yeah, what happened to JLB? Huh? He's not. Is he? He loses Facebook too. That decrepit 85-year-old dude, bro. Kojak, the bald head. But excuse me, I don't know why my throat's having problems. But hold on, I'm gonna gargle real quick on yeah. Anyway, there's apples. There's apples. It's apples coming back on Sunday. Thank you, regular guy, for contacting Apple. And then she thought about me apparently, and now she wants to come back. Thank you, regular guy. Thank you very much. Apple's coming back. And I'm like, man, she does YouTube, and we gotta go on. You gotta go on YouTube. I mean, come on. Think about it. Don't you think, Doc M? Apple needs a boob job, bro. Listen, she's got, we got to turn things around for Apple Pie. Okay. And Apple Pie, in order to do that, she needs a big new rack. Okay. She needs a fucking fresh rack, beautiful rack of big ass boobs, bro. I mean, that's what she needs, bro. I mean, to get to the next level. I mean, she needs a big ass fucking rack, bro. She needs hold on, I gotta get this cough stuff there. Yeah. But she needs a huge ass rack. Okay, this stuff here, man, you got to look for this stuff. This Swedish doctor in Pattaya, he's the one who told me about this spray. This is an antibacterial spray. You can buy it anywhere. But there it is right there. But if you think, you spray it you spray it every time you go out to the outside. Or if you think, say you went down on a girl and you want to, make sure everything's okay. You want to keep spraying the spray, bro. $10 from DEM0011. $15. Thank you very much, sir. Madman has no concept of wealth in U.S. He said people in major U.S. cities cannot afford their $2 to $3 million houses. Full cop. What's he even? What is it? What is it? Madman. I heard that he's talking about he's like upper level or something. Bro, you're in a fan room, bro. Anyway, Zero Hedge just came out with a. What did it do in here? Bookmark. Actually today, if you go to zeroheads.com, they have an article this morning up the costs to retire comfortably around the world. If you go to this, man, and you look up all the different countries, you look up the Philippines, it's $1,800 a month. Okay, so according to zeroheads.com and whoever put this data out, they say you get 14 years and 8 months from the day you retire. So if you're retired at age 67, the median would be you live to 82 years old. That's the median. So half die younger, half die later. But anyway, you go to here's an article. It'll give you every country's breakdown. And amazingly, okay, Thailand is higher. Their Bitmonger. Bitmonger. Thailand is higher than the Philippines. Listen, Bitmonger was a hero. Okay, Bitmonger. Anybody watch Bitmonger? Some old, decrepit guy living in Hua Hin, the soulless shithole in Thailand. I mean, talk about the most soulless, selfish, asshole people on the planet Earth. They all live in Hua Hin, Thailand, motherfuckers. So that's where Bitmonger lives. Okay, if you go to see Bitmonger, okay, I'm sure he has no friends. He can't go anywhere to eat because everything's just loaded with MSG and salt. You go to the beach and it's just like a bunch of rocks and dirty water, bro. I mean, bitmonger. I mean, I got 7 figures and I got a beach house and I got a condo, but I can't show any of it. Bitmonger, it's pathetic. Okay, it's pathetic. Your content's pathetic. Your channel's pathetic. You're pathetic. Just I don't know what you're trying to prove, putting up useless content about some bloggers like Joey. I mean, Joey is in the Philippines. Joey's living in the fan room. Mad Matt's living in the fan room. Okay. Asian Adventure, the Jim, is living with his mom and dad in Michigan because he can't handle, he can't afford travel. Okay, he just can't afford to travel. Okay, he's a broke ass too. Anyway, thank you for the $15, bro. Anyway, go to this article, everybody. Go to this article. You'll see how much it costs to live in every country. Philippines is $1,800. Thailand's more. It's right there, bro. It's right there. We had $2 from Pro-Life. Pro-Life said he paid $20,000 US to get out of $20,000 to get out of jail. I don't know, what is that? 20,000. 20,000. Let me see here. Times 60. 1.2. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, 1.2. That's probably the right number. That's probably the right number. That's probably the right number, bro. That's probably the right number. I mean, listen, man, he'll be back before you know it, bro. He'll be back before you know it. Okay, he says he's married and they have the kid and they're gonna make some exception. He'll be back before you know it. But give him credit, bro. I mean, you would assume he had a lot of stuff on his phone. All the interaction, all the behind the scenes, because there's so many YouTubers, okay, that are in this community, using all these technology, these glasses and everything to film all their sex, okay? And then who knows what they do with it all. But anyway, 50 pesos from Big Birch. Life of Joey is brokey in a fan room. Yeah, and the thing about Joey, of course, listen, man, he's a veteran. He did his time. He suffers from mental bipolar problems. He's up and down, but he needs to live in a real city. He needs to go somewhere that that's controlled, that's quiet, and has the city like Mandawi, where I'm at. Again, I only pay $200. I paid 12,000 pesos for this room. There's never a sound. There's never karaoke. There's no rooster dog. There's no noise here. It's quiet as you can never hear any noise at all. And if they do any noise, okay, the security shows up and they give them a fucking ticket, okay, like that. And you could walk to SNR. You could walk to Cebu Doctors. You could walk to Chung Hua Hospital. You could walk to Park Mall. You could walk to the waterfront where they have all the water and all those brand new condos and all that brand new infrastructure they built down there. They have all that shit going on down there, and you could only pay $200 a month. They even built a brand new McDonald's right across the street from my condo, bro. I mean, they got a brand new McDonald's, bro. And so, I don't know. I mean, we have Biggie in the chat. Thank you very much, Biggie. But have you seen this number, everybody? B, $20. Thank you very much, Biggie. So happy to see you back streaming. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, I just been burned out, Biggie. I've been burned out. I can't take YouTube anymore. But this guy, Ernest, he looks like Ernest from the Ernest movies. Ernest Goes Home. Ernest Goes to Hollywood. Ernest Goes to jail. He looks just like fucking Ernest, bro. Biggie in the chat coming in from Kuala Lumpur, enjoying his beautiful tacos with his beautiful harem, beautiful April in Honeyco, and his beautiful children. But thank you very much, sir. I appreciate $20. But look at this number, man. This number there, Bitmonger. Okay, this number 188. So it's Thai baht is 188 to the peso, bro. This median was always 1.4 to 1.5. Okay, like down here. I mean, if you go 5 years, look at it. It was always 1.5. It was never this high. It was never this high at 1.88 because it's 1.88. If I spend $8,000, okay, in the Philippines, I lose almost $2,000 just because of the currency of Thailand so strong. Okay, Thailand currency is so strong, and the Philippine peso is not working as well. It's weaker, and so you lose almost $2,000 when you spend $8,000 in Thailand every month. You lose $2,000 in currency devaluation, bro. You're just flushing $2,000 a month down the toilet, okay? That's just the number. That's just the fucking facts. Why would you live in Thailand? Why would you sit there and eat, highly infested MSG, highly infested salt in all the food, okay? You got to pay real money for real food there. Just like you do. You got to pay, $20, $20 each for every meal when you eat out in Thailand for real clean food. And you lose $2,000 just by living there, Bitmonger? I mean, Bitmonger, Biggie, I don't know if you heard this channel called Bitmonger, but he's like this old, decrepit, lonely, broke guy that lives, in Hua Hin, that shithole anyway. But thank you very much, Biggie, for the $20, man. I appreciate it. And I'm doing good, man. Apple Pie is coming back here on Monday or Sunday. I guess regular guy contacted her or something, and then she thought about me, and then she's like, she texted me today, and I was like, sure, if if that's what you want. That kind of rose up my game, Biggie, because I've been smashing it out here, bro. I've just been absolutely killing it out here, Biggie. I mean, there's no fucking time, when you're out here just smashing it and killing it. Hey, we got Brevis in the chat. What's up, Brevis? We got Brevis in the chat. What's going on, Brevis? I'm supposed to have a drink of Brevis. Maybe Brevis, we can have a drink tomorrow or Saturday, bro, down there at the bar. 9 o'clock. I'll text you about it. We have 50 pesos from Big Birch, Craig, the food court king, drooling. What a disaster, Craig and Cebu. And what a disaster for him to go to Lapu-Lapu, bro. A complete disaster, okay? Craig and Cebu, okay, has limited mobility. He walks around. He does his best and everything. But there's nowhere to walk in Lapu-Lapu City, okay? There's no sidewalks. There's nowhere to go, okay? And he's like trapped. And he went to a place that's infested with foreign criminals, okay? Every criminal, every nationality that's running from their country, running from some, type of law, every psychopath, every criminal, every broke-ass motherfucker, they're all in Lapu-Lapu, bro. They're all in Lapu-Lapu, bro. And Craig and Cebu threw himself into an infested nest of criminals. And now, Biggie, by the way, you want to hear this, I think, a little bit. Now Craig and Cebu is learning what we've all known getting worse and worse and worse, is that these Filipino people don't want you around. Okay, they don't want you in their restaurants. Okay, they don't want you around in their bars. They don't want you around their women. Okay, they don't want you around them. Okay, and that's what's going on in 2026. Okay, because not only are Filipinos making more money than ever, through all the money from manufacturing coming in here to build the AI build out and everything, all the manufacturing, all the stuff they need. But the Filipino people the more money they get, the more they don't need foreigners around. Just like Thailand, just like South Korea. Yeah, when I was in South Korea in 1985, 86, it was like the Philippines. It was like girls everywhere, and you go hook up to the bar, you got girls, everywhere, bro. They have Korean girls everywhere, bro. And they sell Rooflin, and I got roofied and all this other shit there. But that was 40 years ago. But Philippines is advancing so fast that Craig and Cebu is getting destroyed out there. He's getting destroyed, bro. And Craig and Cebu, man, you just need to go. You need to go back to IT Park and just keep your mouth shut, Craig and Cebu. You're very loud. Craig and Cebu is like super loud, okay? And every other third word is fuck, fuck, fuck. I mean, he's just like screaming, fuck, fuck, fuck. And he's like yelling. And he's very loud, bro. He's very loud. And you can't do that anymore, Craig and Cebu. These girls want you to be very generous. And that's it. You just shut your mouth. Be very generous and shut your mouth. That's all you got to do now in 2026. And then they'll text you. They'll want to come over. Like last night, Biggie, I hooked up with this hot 19-year-old. Man, she is so sexy, man. 19 years old, man. And I didn't say 2 words to her. I didn't say 2 words. Except, thank you very much. Salamat. I mean, that's all I said, bro. I mean, they don't even want to talk anymore, bro. Anyway, DM0111. Thank you very much to $20. Mad Matt is a high value man and is making a high value man group membership. Not joking. Did he forget to look at the current U.S. tax brackets? He's making high. That's his marketing scheme for Mad Matt. High value man is making a high value man. Come on, man. High value. The dude lives in a fan room. He's a complete failure in life. He lost his inheritance. He lost his money. He has nothing going on. He can't even get laid in Angeles City anymore. I mean, did you hear about Mad Matt going for a 3-day trip to Angeles City? Okay, so he went there, okay, because he had to do his visa run. So he went to Angeles City, and he's like going to the bars. And he's all, do you remember me? Do you remember me? And he's like with the mommy son there. He's got Mama son. He's got like these girls that he knew, back with Nightwish Group and everything. And they're like, he's trying to buy drinks for him and shit, I know I can get it for free. They remember me, right? And they don't give a flying fuck about Mad Matt. They don't know. They're like, oh, you're the guy that spent $100,000 here, at Nightwish. I mean, at the bars in Angeles City. You're the guy that spent that money. Okay, we don't remember. Mad Matt literally hooked up with all these girls in Angeles City, blew all this money at all their bars, and no one gives a flying fuck. I mean, no one remembers the guy. No one, he's just on a stupid fucking YouTube channel, running his big fat mouth, and no one cares. No one can even listen to the rubbish out of his pie hole, because the guy is a complete catastrophic fucking failure. I mean, the guy mentally is completely toast, bro. He's toasted, bro. And that makes him dangerous. Yeah, Mad Matt tax revenues, bro. You don't give a fuck about the taxes, bro. You think he's paid taxes ever, bro? Come on, man. Oh, Biggie, thank you very much. Yeah, happy to hear Apple's coming back. Yeah, she's coming back, bro. And she's going to do YouTube. She's doing YouTube. Revis, you start riding that 50 horsepower 70 scooter. Yeah, maybe he is. I saw him on the street. Gypsy Jaywalk in the chat. What's going on? Jasper recovered. Jasper never recovered after Ricky exposed his beta lifestyle on the beach. He tucked his tail between his legs and ran back to Cali to beg for more inheritance. Yeah. Did you hear his incoherent? You go to his channel and listen to his incoherent bullshit on there, bro. I mean, Jasper's completely lost it, bro. He's completely gone. I mean, You're in Vegas, Jasper. You gave up on the Philippines. Jasper hooked up. Jasper was in BGC. Okay, he hooked up with one girl over his entire time in the Philippines. He had one girl, and she worked full time. So he only got to see her like, I guess when she showed up after work or whatever. But he had one girl over 3 years, okay? I mean, we're hooking up with, 2, 3, 4 girls a fucking week out here, motherfuckers. I mean, we got girls coming left, right, 2 a day, motherfuckers. We got appointments set out here. We got cold beer. I mean, we're having beer, we're having fun. They're out by 6 o'clock, and then you take a little fucking nap over there on my $2,000 bed. That bed's $2,000, motherfuckers. And then you got another one coming in at 9 o'clock, bro. Hey, Brevis, Apple's coming back on Sunday. We'll come over and see the baby. Yeah, she's coming back, bro. She texted me. Apparently, Ray contacted her or something. And I got her thinking, and then she texted me today. And I was like, yeah, sure, you can come back. Why not, bro? Anyway. So anyway, that's about it, man. But we have 100 in the chat. I appreciate everybody watching today. So the bottom line is that Philippines YouTube has turned into a big fest. Everyone's on here begging. You look at Heidi and George. Look at Heidi. Heidi is in the best health she's been in since she's been in the Philippines because she got the proper medication, the proper diagnosis, and she's sticking to the medication and changing her diet. Okay, that's all it took. It didn't take a fraudulent GoFundMe from a criminal felon, Heidi. Okay, it didn't take all that. Of course, she wanted to scam everybody out of the money, but that's what she did. She scammed everybody. But nowadays, bro, everyone at every channel almost is scamming, manipulating, lying, cheating, stealing, and it's just too much to take, bro. But apparently, I guess we're gonna find out if you could get really if you could fight back the persona non grata. I mean, as people know, I have built the infrastructure in my life here in the Philippines. I have built the infrastructure, so if anybody can withstand a persona non grata charge, anybody could stand. Immigration heat. If anybody can stand stuff, coming at them, it's probably me. Okay, because I got the infrastructure set up to take it on. Okay, But the rest of these motherfuckers are broke. They don't have any money. They have no contacts, and Frank got deported and he's still in the country, but. Outside of that, and Barry's still in detention, and he fired me. There's nothing no one can do about that. You just got to wait it out. But the truth is, the Filipino government, the Filipino people are going to decide what they want to do when they want to do it. And there's nothing a foreigner can do about it. Okay, a foreigner can try their best to, try and make things happen and give it their best effort. But at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want when they want to do it. And that's just, fucked up as it is. That's just the truth about it. So there's nothing we can do. Anyway, thanks for everybody for watching. And stay alert, stay alive out there. And thanks for all the super chats, man. I appreciate it. Oh, gosh. It made me want to come back, man. I guess I'll start listening to Mad Matt, because I guess Mad Matt, Mad Matt is like the number one loser out here now. The number one e-bagger, number one clown, the number one retard. Mad Matt in the Philippines. Stay alert, stay alive, motherfuckers. Have a great night out there. And take care.